I would definitely have to say that one of the more mysterious aspects of the sequel trilogy has all to do with the Knights of Ren that made their official debut in The Force Awakens. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, that is one thing to be truly excited for when it comes to Episode 9, is of course the Knights of Ren in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams. And the reason as to why I think a lot of people out there, including myself, are so interested in these characters is because of how mysterious they really are. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Kylo and his knights inside of a burning base. Specifically, a description of Kylo Ren with his Knights of Ren inside of a base full of fire and rubble. It appears to be the aftermath of a battle between Rey and her crew against Kylo and his knights. In the background, 3 knights have their helmets on, and also 3 knights actually to the left have their helmets off. All of which are women, one with red hair that somewhat resembles Kerry Russell, the other with short blonde hair and a scar similar to Anakin's, and lastly one with black hair tied in a ponytail with goggles. The blonde holds a spear, while the red-haired Knight of Ren is holding a blaster and a shield. The black-haired Knight of Ren is wielding what may be a lightsaber hilt, however it could be a different type of weapon. So, the reason as to why I find this very interesting is because I did not expect some of the Knights of Ren to actually have the face reveals in the film. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that a lot of the new characters that J.J. Abrams and crew are actually bringing into Episode 9, a lot of those actresses and actors are actually going to be a part of the Knights of Ren when their actual helmets are off. Now, the male actors in their 20s who are actually doing a lot of the stunt scenes for the Knights of Ren and acting in some sequences are all going to have their helmets on. So it's very likely that the male actors in their 20s are only going to be portraying the Knights of Ren when they actually have the helmets on and when they are doing actual heavy stunts. So this is very interesting for sure, because we do know that the Knights of Ren, as of right now, no backstory, nothing about them. We don't really know if they are Luke Skywalker's, ex-Jedi students that were taken away from Kylo. That we can't be too certain of right now. So when it comes to Episode 9, we do know that J.J. Abrams is taking Kylo Ren down a darker path overall, and will be adding a lot of elements to Darth Vader within the character. So what I like about the Knights of Ren so far is how they have these primitive-like weapons, but one of which apparently has a lightsaber hilt attached to its belt, very likely to be an actual lightsaber itself. It could be a different type of weapon for sure, but if you guys go ahead and look at the older concept art of The Force Awakens that actually did not make it to the final cut of the movie, one of the Knights of Ren actually do have actual lightsaber hilts on their belts. So with that being said, I don't think it's too outlandish to say that these primitive weapons that the Knights use are a way to provoke their enemies to attack and then surprising them with a lot of lightsaber duels. That could be a very interesting aspect of Star Wars for sure. So, what base are we at? Is this inside of an actual First Order base, or is this a Resistance base? That's honestly something that we're not quite, for sure right now. But when it comes to the Knights of Ren, guys, I gotta say, I'm very happy that they are coming back, and that they will have face reveals to a certain level. Now, what about the other 3 Knights of Ren? Could that be, a portrayal by, let's say, for example, Richard E. Grant, or one of the other actors coming on board for Episode 9? Could it very well be half and half, where it's like half of them are male and half of them are female of the Knights of Ren? That's a possibility for sure. But as of right now, apparently 3 of them are females, one of which has short blonde hair with a scar, very similar to Anakin's. The other is, of course, a red-haired Knight of Ren that looks similar to Kerry Russell. Maybe she's portraying a Knight of Ren after all in this movie. And the other one is a black-haired Knight of Ren with a ponytail that holds a different weapon per se that's very similar to a lightsaber hilt itself. Now, what do you guys have to say about this? What do you think about the Knights of Ren? What's your view on it overall? What do you think about them? How did you feel about them when you saw them in The Force Awakens? Did you care about them? Did you not care? And are you excited to see these, new characters coming into play here for episode 9. Anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.